Let's bring in good friend of the show, Ken McCoy.
Big Chuck, how you doing,
Hey,
man?
Ken, how's it going?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Now, Ken is a photographer.
Photojournalist.
A photojournalist. Okay, I'm glad we cleared that up, but I will say that probably the best dressed photojournalist in town.
Yeah.
It's part of my brand. It's part of my style. That's the way I work.
You always have a great tie, friend.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you. And if this wasn't just given to me yesterday, it would be yours.
Oh, man.
But this Michael Kors is mine, and I'm going to sport it well. So.
Yeah.
Thank you, though.
Ken, you're not from Fresno, are you?
Yes, I am.
You're born and raised here?
Yes, I am.
Really? What school did you go to?
Edison, Irwin, Fresno
You're a
State
tiger?
Media College, yes. And a bulldog.
And a bulldog.
Yes.
And how long have you been doing the photography thing?
34 years.
So, about high school?
Yes.
Yeah, so Edison Tigers, you're going to Edison, you take a photo
Actually, to
class?
be honest with you, Chuck, the story is I was a yearbook manager. I was into business then. So I was into business.
Right.
And I went to Washington, D.C. I asked the yearbook staff to loan me a camera. He gave me a Minolta camera and 20 rolls of film.
Wow.
And I always felt
that was huge, right?
Yeah, it was very big for me because I always felt I had a vision. So when I went to Washington, D.C., I was directing photography there, saying, if you stand where I stand, then you'll see what I see. So that's what started the ball.
Wow. Now, you come back and you go to Fresno State.
Right.
And you keep doing the photography.
Yes.
And you go in there and you come out. At what point do you go, I'm going to be a professional photographer the rest of my life?
Chuck, to be honest with you, I love business. I love being a businessman, an entrepreneur, and I knew I had a vision, and I hated the thought of punching a time clock like Fred Flintstone. I visually, in my mind, I hated that. I did. And so I wanted to be in business for myself. My dad said, learn to provide for yourself. So I did. And I created a market. I created a niche. And when I started my business, my mindset was use other people's money. So I said, become a client for $20 or invest in me $20. And those that did became a client. Those that didn't, they can't hire me now. So
they can't afford you now, right?
I'm not trying to be funny, but
I understand.
Sometimes you have to stand behind your brand.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know.
And that's what this is all about. It's branding.
Now, the branding, not so big 30 years ago.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
You know, and probably very brazen on your part to come out like that.
Yes, it was.
Right?
Very much.
But people believed in you.
There are people that believed in me. People said, I'm going to wait till you're famous. I'll never forget the lady that says, I'm going to wait till you're famous and then I'll hire you. And I told her, I didn't mean to be mean, but I said, it'll probably be too late for you.
Right. Well, this is interesting because to me it's like crowdfunding almost 30 years ago.
Yes.
But you're up in your face because there's no internet to work with.
There was no internet. There was 4x6s. There were 1 hour processing and actually drop-off processing. So it was film. Now it's digital. So if we could show a couple of images,
sure,
just so people can kind of see. It was a picture taken in San Francisco with real film, no Photoshop.
Transamerica building.
That was a Transamerica building, and it was just a perspective of something that I saw when I walked out of a hotel.
What did you see there, Ken?
I saw old and new come together. Now, there's another picture I want to flash, if he could put this one up. It's the new 9/11 tower. I just got back from New York. So this is the new 9/11 tower, the new World Trade Center tower perspective. So I was just there giving the 34 years back of the time that I was there photographing. So I had to speak at a national convention. So if we can go through a couple of other photos. This particular photo was shot with a GoPro 2-inch by 2-inch camera. No preview, no monitor, just take a picture of what you feel you see based on perspective.
Is that a video camera that stopped?
No, that's a real frame. And I shot it by perspective. It's heavier than people think, Chuck, with photography. It's not where you just go buy a camera and you start snapping. You literally have to process and think about what you're doing. Now I'm going to show you this other particular picture here. This picture was taken in San Francisco, and that is what I saw down a block in San Francisco. I was with my wife. We were on vacation, but again, I had my 2¼ Bronica camera, and I shot that because it looked like it was out of a story time book.
Well, and then black and white, it takes it back in time.
I wish we had the time to really talk about what black and white will do as opposed to color. But black and white is true to form. So I teach it, I lecture it. So on December 3rd, I'm doing an open house to show some of my images from New York and from Washington, D.C. We're going to have some food, a little bit of music, and just a lighting demonstration for people that's interested in the photography genre.
And you're going to give the lighting demonstration.
Yes.
How important is that with all these digital cameras and the iPhones and everything? How important is lighting?
Lighting is critical. I teach people, Chuck, also in my lectures how to sell their images from their iPhones, from their cameras, from stock photography, just a beautiful scene that you think is just a beautiful scene, but people are thinking in terms of calendars and that particular brand. So lighting is critical because lighting also helps you tell a story. Like sitting here looking at you, I would use a reflector on this side of your face to balance out your lighting so that it will help balance your total look and build on your brand as opposed to taking from your brand.
No, we don't want to do that.
We don't want to take from the Chuck Leonard brand.
Now, where's this going to be at this soiree?
Yeah, I like the word soiree. See, people sometimes don't get this stuff, but it'll be at our photo studio at Manchester Mall, right above Sears, in the Manchester Experiment.
Oh,
so
I
that's
love
where it's
that
going to be.
space.
That's where it's
for
going to
those
be.
of you guys out there that haven't seen this space, wow.
Yes.
It's really a cool spot in a place that you wouldn't think to look for one.
Oh, no. And this particular event doesn't happen in Fresno. I don't care about art hops, and I've been doing art hops way before art hop, but this will be with food, lighting demonstration, a live photo shoot of my granddaughter, and some music, and we have some wonderful sponsors. My tuxedo sponsor will be there, Pat's Tuxedos. So I will be, Chuck, you think I'm shy now? Don't holler at me on that night, because it's going to be real. Yeah, it's going to be wonderful, and it's just something to celebrate the 34 years of shooting and to tease the next direction of photography.
The next direction of photography is basically.
I see you trying to milk me, Chuck. It's a
digital era, right? Or are people going back to film?
It is digital. We will not leave. Those of us that are true to form, we will not leave film. Period. But
you develop it yourself?
Yes, we've done that. We don't do it now because you have the digital process. But the key now is taking the light and dividing the light, Chuck. That's it. It's
with the digital.
Digital and non-digital, because you have to see it here before you see it there.
And you're going to be talking about all this kind
I'm
of stuff.
I'm going to tease it. Here, you must didn't hear. This is the Ken McCoy Show with Chuck Leonard. I said I'm going to tease it, Chuck. I'm not going to reveal it.
Who's playing? Who's the band? Who's the music over there?
We were going to have a band. They didn't get in touch with me in time, and I'm very timely with events. I'm professional. I've covered the Oscars, the Grammys, American Music Awards. I've covered all those for years. Mm-hmm. So there's a standard that you set when you do events, and I like to do it right. So.
When's your next red carpet event?
The next red carpet event is February 28th, and I'm going to invite you. Okay?
Yeah, are we going together this time?
You come to mine. This is mine. I want you to come. Sierra Vista Mall Theater, red carpet, 9 o'clock, February 28th. I'm already saying it. So I don't want to hear, Ken, I didn't know. I don't want to hear, well, Mike didn't tell me. We're on the Chuck Leonard Show, and I want you to come. And I want you to wear those Tower District tennis shoes you're wearing right there. I want that.
Giving my below the desk stuff away,
this
Ken.
Is it.
Not fair.
I told you. This is
all
how
right.
we do it.
Ken McCoy, December 3rd.
December 3rd.
The Manchester Experience upstairs in the Manchester Mall above Sears.
6 o'clock.
A big soiree.
Very much.
And what time does it start?
6 o'clock, 6 to 8. So if you get there at 6, there's a plate. So I'm saying it right now. Now for your show, I'm going to do a little buzz thing.
Okay.
I'm going to do a little buzz thing.
All right.
Anybody that calls the show or get in touch with us because of the show, I will personally give them 2 photography lessons.
Ooh!
I don't even want to tell. I'm not bragging, but I don't want to tell you the value of that.
Wow!
I don't want
Can we go ahead and get the phone call? The phone's ringing in there.
I'm going to give you the phone number. I'll give you my phone number.
Okay, go ahead.
This is 559-273-8780. I'm that passionate about what I've done.
Thank you very much.
It's all good.
That's very nice.
I told you I'm coming on your show.
Hey, it's always good to see you.
Next time I come on your show, I'm going to bring you a gift.
Book him. All right. Thanks. Have a happy Thanksgiving,
Thank you, Chuck.
We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back on The Buzz. Stick around.